how are y'all doing? This is going to be your March 2021 tarot reading. If you're new here, hello. If you're a returner, welcome back. My name is Sarah. This is Cancer Capricorn guidance, and I'm here to bring you love, light, and guidance through tarot, astrology, and spirituality. As always, before we get started, in my description box, you can find my email. If you'd like to reach out to me to schedule a personal reading, just reach out to my email and we can set something up. If you'd like to follow my Instagram handle is down there. I will be doing an announcement this month on my Instagram first, and then I'll be announcing it on the channel, so feel free to check out my Instagram for that announcement. Also in my description box, you can find a couple different links to some Spotify playlists. My March 2021 playlist is up there, so feel free to check those out. You can also find my PayPal link if you would like to donate to this channel. It would mean the world to me, so thank you so much. Okay, Geminis, I figured that we would start with the Oracle cards. Also, I have a brand new deck. It's beautiful. It's called Neon Moon. I will link it in the description box. I got it off of Etsy. It's really cool. It's got neon colors. It's kind of like retro video game style, but I'm really excited to use that because it'll definitely help me build bigger, more intricate spreads. So I'm really excited to start using that on this channel. But I decided to start with the Oracle card today to get the reading going. Any first messages here for Gemini for March 2021? Messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars, whatever placements you may have in your chart. Any first messages for Gemini? Whoa. I am attraction, the number 27. Like a magnet, what I put out into the world, I get back. If I lead with negativity, I receive negativity. If I lead with positivity, I receive positivity. Therefore, I choose to lead with positivity. I am attraction. The number 27 breaks down to a 9. I don't know if you're feeling that lately, Gemini. I feel like some Geminis, you may have been experiencing a lot of negativity or just like shitty events that have been continuing to happen to you. You may be experiencing like a pattern of like bad luck or like just like events that you didn't plan for or things that like just aren't going your way. And it might be that it's time to start bringing in some more positive energy, to start being able to attract more positive energy. You may not realize that you're actually in a very negative mindset right now, or you need to do some energetic cleansing. You may be attracting a lot of negative energy and negative experiences to your life right now because you're giving off a lot of negative energy, if that makes sense. I'm not blaming you. I'm not criminalizing you for this. Everybody experiences this, but if you've been especially experiencing this as of lately, with the whole like maybe you're saying to yourself, like, why do bad things keep happening to me? Like, why do this shitty thing after shitty thing? And maybe that you need an energetic cleanse and to kind of put yourself back in a mindset where you're thinking more positively and therefore attracting more positive people, events, experiences, etc. I've definitely seen this happen to all signs so many times. And it might be particularly that you're feeling this Aquarius Mercury retrograde a little hard, or you were feeling that Aquarius Mercury retrograde a little hard. I'm filming it during it, so I've had a lot of fuck ups during this time period as well. But you may have just felt a lot of that Aquarius energy put pressure on you in terms of your close friendships, the people in your environment, your community. I definitely got that message for Gemini or the air signs. Yeah, and I think February. Yeah, I think Gemini, there was something to do with you in the February reading about feeling disconnected from your community or the people you live with or your family or like your close friends. I think that the Aquarius energy really brought a lot of that energy to light, and in terms of your close friendships and close relationships in that regard, and what you are and aren't bringing to those connections, what you are and aren't bringing to those relationships. It may be that you've been attracting a lot of negative people and you're wondering why. Maybe you need to do like a whole makeover of your friends. Maybe you're realizing that the people in your environment are people that really aren't in alignment with you. And you're sitting there wondering like, why are all my friends like not for me? They don't feel like the greatest people, and I don't know if I want to be around these people anymore. Maybe something of that nature, or like the people that I spend time with are not actually people that I enjoy being around, or they don't match my energetic frequency, and it may be time to have some conversations or find some new friends, or yeah, you may have just been attracting a lot of negative energy or negative people into your spaces. Maybe you feel like, oh, I've been gaining all these new friends and like meeting new people, but like they're not exactly the kind of people that I want to be around. Maybe attracting that negative energy because you yourself are not in the greatest headspace or energetic space right now. Again, I'm not coming at you. That's just how it goes sometimes. It may just be time for an energetic cleansing to bring some positive energy back into your life, and with that will follow more positive people, experiences, energy coming back to you. So Gemini, let's get into your reading and see what comes up. So I'm going to do the Rider-Waite for the regular spreads that I usually do, and then I'm going to use the Neon Moon for clarification. Alright, any messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars, whatever placements you may have in your chart, whatever energy you've been vibing with. These messages are for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars for March 2021. Any messages for Gemini for March 2021? Any messages for Gemini? Just a reminder, all the signs are for everybody. You can watch all of the videos. If the title resonates with you, watch it. If the timestamp resonates, if that number resonates with you, watch it. All the readings are for everybody. Nothing is so specific. Energy is fluid. Time is fluid. If you find one of my readings from June of last year, go watch it. Like if it's popping up in front of you, it may be a sign that it's for you, and the messages in there are for you. So feel free to watch all the readings I do every month. Any messages for Gemini from March 2021? Any messages for Gemini? Any messages for Gemini for March 2021? Any messages for Gemini? Interesting. Okay, Gemini. For the overall energy, we have the Two of Swords. You may be feeling like you're sitting in a space right now where you feel really undecided or indecisive, or really struck with having to choose something or make some kind of decision. Maybe you feel very blinded right now where you don't have a full understanding of both of the options, or maybe there's more than two options in front of you and you're not sure which way to go or what to choose because you don't really have a full understanding of the options that you're being presented with. You may have made a choice that you are regretting because now it's led you to even more difficult choices that you have to make. It's like you made a choice in the past, and now that's coming back to you in different ways because now you're having to make some of the same difficult choices again regarding that one that you originally made, and you're like, well, if I had just chosen the other one, I wouldn't have to deal with any of this shit right now. I don't know why I'm getting that. I'm definitely getting that you feel very like indecisive, like you have to make choices about your life right now that you really don't want to. You wish that you didn't have to choose anything at all and that things were coming in a little bit more naturally for you right now. But right now, in this phase of your life, I feel like that you've had to make a lot of decisions lately, and it's getting really exhausting having to make so many difficult or large decisions that are like actually really affecting your life, not like little ones, like bigger, heavier ones. And you're just kind of tired of having to be the one in charge. You're kind of tired of having to make these choices all the time. You wish you could sit back and let things kind of coast along for a while and you didn't have to like be so in control of the situation. Yeah, I'm just getting that there's a choice. I'm going to get clarification for that one because I'm very curious. But then we have the Five of Pentacles reverse and the Temperance card. I feel like you're coming out of this period of financial hardship or loneliness, or like a really dark period where you struggled a lot and you felt very alone, or you felt very at a detriment because you were struggling financially, or you were very alone, or like you were going about some kind of hardship alone, and it was a very dark period, but you're definitely coming out of that now. And I think it has something to do with the fact that you were really patient and you had your mindset on like, I have to do this, I have to just push through this, and I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna have the temperance and control to get through this. I'm going to keep pushing, and because I know this is in alignment with me, I know that this is, when I make it out of this struggle period, I know that I'm going to be in even more alignment with what I'm supposed to be doing, who I'm supposed to be with, where I'm supposed to be. I feel like you had to make some difficult choices over the last, over a recent period of your life. And it's like they were difficult choices because they put you in positions, or you were put into positions where you really had to do something alone, or you had to struggle. Like it was just something that you knew you had to do. You were like, I have to endure this struggle because I know that it's going to be good for me in the long term once I get out of this period, and I know that I'm going to, so I'm just going to have the patience to push through, because when I get to the other side, I'm going to feel more in alignment with where I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to be doing. Maybe you took a really shitty job for the meantime, just like a temporary type of job, just because you really needed to get out of a financial hardship you were experiencing. Maybe you took kind of a low-paying job, or a job that really didn't interest you and wasn't really what you wanted to do, but you knew it was going to put you further in alignment with what you do actually want to do. You knew it was going to give you a little money for the time being and bring you out of this period of financial struggle. You feel like you just had to make some difficult decisions because you were in a difficult position, but you knew that it was going to come back to you. Or maybe you didn't know that it was going to come back to you and bring you more stability, but now you're finally seeing that you're coming out of it, and you're seeing that, wow, I feel more in alignment with myself. I feel more at peace. I feel like I endured the hard part. I feel like the hard part is kind of over. I feel like the hard part is over, and I'm kind of moving on from that. I just feel like you are more at peace now. You've gained a lot of temperance and temperament. Like you can handle these difficult things now because you've seen yourself do it. You're more at peace. You're more stable now because you had to endure this hardship. I feel like there's just like a tough period that's over for you, and you had to make some tough decisions to do that thing, but you knew it was going to be good for you because it's going to put you in a position where you don't have to do that again. Like I'm just thinking job-wise, like maybe you took a shitty paying job just to save up a little money, but you knew that it was going to like be a good resume builder, or just give you a little bit of extra cash for the time being so that you can go use that money to put it into something you actually want to do, or move somewhere that you actually want to be, or what have you. I definitely just feel like you came out of this hardship period and you're realizing that it actually did a lot for you internally, spiritually. Like maybe not so much financially, but I'm getting more like it put you in alignment with where you're supposed to be or what you're supposed to be doing. Maybe it gave you more peace of mind because you did that struggling, and now you're experiencing a bit of peace. You're experiencing a bit more stability now. And then we have the 9 of Wands reverse and the Ace of Wands reverse. I feel like you were in self-protection mode, self-preservation mode for a little while. And that was also part of this hardship. It was like, I have to do this thing, and while I'm doing it, I just have to protect myself and preserve my energy. Or maybe you're realizing now that you're coming out of this struggle where you had to exert way too much energy because you were doing all of this alone. And now you're like, yeah, I think I'm done with the self-preservation energy. I'm going to relax a little bit. I think it's okay for me to like take a break for a second. I think you've been in like some kind of period of your life where you were like, go, 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 go. Now you're experiencing a little bit of peace. This is also Sagittarius energy to me. Now you're experiencing a little bit of peace. I feel like you made it out of a really difficult period, whatever it was. But now you feel like, okay, I think it's okay for me to like let my guard down a little bit. I think it's okay for me to rest a little bit. This is very much like Wounded Warrior. Like I've been through a lot of shit, but right now I feel like it's okay for me to just like take a break and take a rest right here. I don't have to be so like pent up and like protective of myself all the time. Right now I feel like I'm going to take a little bit of a break. And I think it's like, I'm going to take a break because I'm feeling uninspired or not feeling motivated and energized by the things that I'm doing. And it's really draining. I think there's something here that's really draining your energy, and that's why you're taking a break. There's something that's draining your energy and also caused you to be in a position where you had to keep your guard up. You had to be really like strong and defensive. There's an energy where you really had to be defensive, but right now you're starting to let your guard down because I think there's a little bit of burnout here too, because it's like something that took a lot of your energy, you're finally letting it go because it also wasn't stimulating, inspiring, motivating to you to be doing this. So you're finally taking a break because you did a lot of like hard work. There was a lot of energy exerted, and now you're finally taking a rest. You're letting yourself rest a little bit. There's something here with the 9 of Pentacles reverse and the 9 of Cups. There's something here about getting to a place of independence, but maybe doing it in ways that you're not proud of. There's a little bit of like I'm not quite there with my independence yet. I'm not quite there with my stability yet, but I know that I'm going to get there because I'm chasing my wish fulfillment. I'm chasing what it is that I dream about. I'm chasing my dream. I may not be 100% at the place of financial independence, security, independence, having it all, feeling abundant. You may not be there yet, but it's because you're chasing a dream, or maybe you're chasing a dream that isn't going to 100% necessarily bring in the kind of stability and independence that you really need. Or maybe this path that you're on is something that you really had to endure, and you're coming back to a place of like starting to rest, and maybe you're realizing that whatever you're doing isn't really your wish fulfillment and isn't going to bring you independence. Or maybe it is your dream to be chasing this thing, but with that comes a lot of struggle and you having to rely on other people for certain things, maybe financially or materially. Or there's some things that you did to be able to provide yourself, some things that are like shady or some things that you're not proud of. I'm getting this energy of like, yeah, I'm self-made and I did what I had to do to get to the place that I'm at, but I'm not proud of all the decisions that I had to make and all the things that I had to do. I was put into really tough positions where I had to make tough choices. And so I did some things that I'm not proud of, or I did some things that are kind of shady and maybe sneaky that allowed me to be in the position that I am, where I have the independence that I have. Because I wanted this dream that I was chasing so bad that I did some things that might be questionable to get to where I am. Or maybe there's something here about, excuse me. There's something here about chasing independence, but it not coming to you as easily as you want. There's something here about really trying to get back on your feet, trying to find that stability, trying to find that independence where you don't have to rely on other people, but because you're chasing this certain dream, I feel like there's a choice here with like, do I want my dream or do I want financial independence? Maybe because you're chasing a certain dream, it's a career field that requires a lot of work and not a lot of income, or it requires a really tough period where you have to do a lot of things. Like there's a lot of industries where you have to do a lot of free work and internship type work, and it's very expected. It's the norm in those kind of fields. And it's like, I can't be independent right now because I'm chasing a certain dream. And so I have to make sacrifices. I have to make tough choices regarding that, where it's like, I want this so bad that I will sacrifice, living in the place that I want to live, and instead, having 4 roommates right now. Or I will sacrifice, like I'll take out a loan from my parents. And yeah, I'm not necessarily independent right now because I'm relying on them a little bit. They provide for me in some way, or some person or institution financially provides for me in some way. I'm not 100% independent, but it's because I'm investing in a dream right now. I'm kind of in that entrepreneurial spirit where I have to take out some debt in order to kind of build this thing up that I'm trying to work on, this thing that I'm really trying to put a lot of time and energy and effort into, because I know that this is like the building blocks, the foundational blocks to where I'm trying to get to. And so I have to make some sacrifices right now where, yeah, I'm not 100% independent yet, but it's because I'm putting a lot of time and energy into a dream. Maybe I'm not making a ton of money right now. I don't feel totally abundant right now, but it's because I'm chasing a certain dream. But also there's this energy of like, I made it out of the hardest part. And now I'm kind of taking a rest. And maybe you're realizing, yeah, there's still a lot more work to do to get there. There's a lot of different messages here. I definitely really want clarification on all of this. So Gemini, let me get some clarification. These cards are really slippery. I still gotta break them in a little bit. Can I get a clarification for the 2 of Swords here for Gemini? The 3 of Swords. Yeah, I think you had to make a lot of tough decisions that were really painful in some way, or they were really difficult decisions to make. They made you feel like there was some kind of loss. It could be you had to make some decisions to cut certain things off or cut certain people off that really hurt your heart. Like it was emotionally difficult for you to make these decisions. There was like, it felt like a loss where you had to like make some decisions that felt like serious sacrifices in some way. Like you had to put your emotional self on the back burner that wasn't a priority in this decision-making process. Maybe you chose something that was really painful to choose, but you knew it was the right thing to choose. Can I get a clarification for the Five of Pentacles reverse for Gemini? Oh, there was one sticking out. The Five of Cups reverse. Yeah. Not only are you coming out of a period of financial hardship, you're finally coming out of that period. I feel like you're also coming out of this period of feeling the emotional weight of that. It's something that you're kind of getting over. You're trying to emotionally move on from something and like leave the sorrow, leave the pain behind. There's definitely some like emotional pain here. But you're coming out of this period of feeling alone, feeling abandoned, feeling hurt, feeling sorrowful. Like a lot of that pain and that mourning and that loss, that's something that you're kind of coming out of. This feeling of maybe feeling emotionally abandoned by a partner or a parent. Maybe someone that you were relying on for something kind of fell through on you. And so you were put in a position where you had to make a lot of tough choices because you were all on your own. Maybe you didn't have support from certain people that you expected to. And so you had to make a lot of tough decisions on your own. And it was not just materially painful and difficult, but emotionally painful and difficult. And so you're finally coming out of this period of hardship, not just financially, but emotionally. You're kind of coming out on the other side more at peace, more in alignment, more tempered, more balanced, more grounded. Can I get a clarification for the Temperance card for Gemini? Clarification for the Temperance. Clarification for the Temperance. The King of Cups. Groundedness. You feel more at peace. You feel more balanced. You feel emotionally grounded. You feel like you did a lot of emotional work that put you in a position to be more emotionally strong and like able to handle the emotional pains that come with life. Not only are you like in a more stable and like healthy, peaceful place now, you're in like a good emotional space where you feel very grounded, you feel emotionally mature, you feel like there's this underlying sense of being better able to make decisions that are in alignment with your emotional self, the new emotional self, like your more ascended self now. You've come out of this period and you're definitely, there's this feeling of like, you're more mature, you're more ascended, you're more at peace, you're more your authentic self, you come more into your higher self that you're supposed to be becoming. You've become a lot more emotionally grounded, a lot more emotionally mature because of the difficult decisions that you've had to make. And now you're in a place where it's like, I've been through it. I've been through that shit. I've done that shit. And look at me now. I feel like you made it out of one of the hardest parts. Like, I feel like the hardest part is over for you. And that's why you feel so at peace right now. That's why you feel so balanced and grounded. That's why you feel like you feel emotionally grounded and stable enough to kind of begin to let your guard down again, to start becoming a little bit more open and vulnerable with certain people, where maybe before you were very guarded, like emotionally protecting yourself because like you just really had to focus on decision making and you were very much in your swords with the Two of Swords, the Three of Swords. You're very much focused on getting the Pentacle. And so now your energy is becoming more open again because you've done so much ascending. You're ready to kind of loosen up a little bit, let those walls down a little bit, maybe for only certain people, but I feel like there's this emotional groundedness that's really making you feel like you've come a long way, like you've reached some kind of milestone, and it's okay for you to like take a break, to rest right here. Can I get a clarification for the Nine of Wands reverse for Gemini? Temperance. Nine of Wands reverse clarified by the Temperance. You're ready to like have some peace. you made it through a really difficult period and you're ready to like take a break, take a step back, and enjoy some peace. Enjoy how far you've come. Enjoy the ascending that you've done. You're coming back into alignment. You're coming back into a place of feeling very balanced internally, externally. And so in order for that to kind of come in, you have to let yourself like rest and enjoy. I'm almost getting like enjoying the fruits of your labor. Like you did that. You made hard decisions. You made it through a really tough period. It's time for you to like rest and appreciate and reflect on this period that you just came out of, this difficult period that you just came out of. There's really this energy of like needing to rest, and maybe it's time, maybe you're not there yet, you don't feel like the temperance yet, but maybe it's time for you to take a rest so that you can start to feel that peace, that balance, that alignment, the emotional temperament that you've built up, how good you are at handling things emotionally now because of how much you've been through. Can I get a clarification for the Ace of Wands reverse for Gemini? Clarification for the Ace of Wands reversed. The Four of Wands reversed. There's something that you're not feeling emotionally or energetically inspired by or motivated by anymore. And you kind of can see that it's not the thing that's going to bring in stability and happiness. It's not making you feel at home and like you're in the right space. You don't feel like you're in the right community, or you don't feel connected to your family. Maybe you're not feeling in that celebratory energy right now. Maybe you've come a long way and you're not yet realizing that it might be time to kind of like, just like pat yourself on the back and give yourself a little bit of a celebration of how far you've come. Maybe it feels like you're not out of the woods yet, so you're not ready to kind of let your guard down and take a break. You feel like, oh, the work's not over, I can't rest yet. But I'm getting this feeling of feeling very burnt out, not just energetically, but like you're not feeling obsessed with and driven by the things that you're doing. So it's very hard to stay energetically motivated. And you also feel that this isn't what is going to bring in stability for you. This doesn't feel like you fit in here. This doesn't feel like what's going to make you feel in that celebratory mood. Like this isn't what you're supposed to be working towards and coming home to. There's something about like, this isn't what I want to come home to or come home from every day. This isn't my stability. This doesn't make me feel energetically balanced. And maybe you don't feel like the temperance yet. You don't feel that energetic balance, but it's this desire to really get there. And maybe it's you realizing that whatever you're doing right now, you've come out of a really hard period to get your pentacle back up, to kind of heal your emotional self. And now you're ready to take a break, but that requires you to really reflect on what it is you're doing right now and whether or not that's in alignment with you. Okay, yeah, I'm getting this energy of like, you made a lot of decisions regarding cups, you made a lot of decisions regarding pentacles, and now you come to such a place of temperance where you've ascended a lot, and your emotional self and your physical self are a lot more in alignment, but energetically, there's still something here missing where it's like you've come a long way in the internal battles that you had to endure, but now that you're in your higher self, you've ascended a little bit, what you're doing, your physical energy, your physical environment isn't matching, isn't in alignment with who you are now, and so you can't keep growing, you can't keep ascending, you can't reach that place of temperance and balance until you kind of reflect on where you are, who you're with, and what you're doing. Sorry, Gemini, my memory cut out. I kept going because I had no idea, so I did pull more cards. So the card that I got for clarification for the Nine of Pentacles reverse was the Knight of Cups in reverse, and the card for clarification I got from the Nine of Cups was the Hermit. So basically, you're either going to be turning down some creative or romantic opportunities because you know that you're still focusing on building up your independence, building up that stability and abundance for yourself. So there's certain things that you know you have to turn down because you're really working on getting your money up, or you're still really focusing on learning how to be alone and do things by yourself, and maybe not take help or offers from other people because you really want to focus on doing this alone and figuring this out on your own. Or there's this energy of like, I'm still in a place where I am healing and I don't want to rely on people anymore. And so I'm turning down this opportunity, this offer, this romantic offer, because I really am still working on like building myself up and being alone and finding that abundance and stability within myself by myself. There's definitely a lot of that energy. It could also be that there's some kind of creative opportunity that would allow you to be creatively expressive, but you turn it down because you're still very, very focused on getting your money up and figuring out how to be financially independent. And so you're like, I can't go pursue that creative opportunity right now. I really have to focus on what I'm doing. And with the Hermit under the Nine of Cups, I feel like whatever this dream that you're really chasing is, whatever this wish fulfillment that is going to be for you, whether or not you figured it out yet, you going into hermit mode or continuing to be on that path of being in hermit mode, it's not isolation, it's more solitude. It's putting yourself in a position to really be able to listen to yourself, listen to your own heart, listen to your own mind, listen to your own intuition, do some more self-reflecting that's going to put you further along this path to reaching that Nine of Cups wish fulfillment. Or you haven't figured out what it is yet that is that wish fulfillment for you, and so you're choosing to continue to go on this path alone because you need to figure that out. And I'm definitely getting the same energy that I got for last month's reading for you, where it's like, I really need to figure this out on my own. Or maybe it wasn't last month, maybe it was another month, but it was like, I need to go about this journey alone. I'm trying to be independent, I'm trying to be self-sufficient, so I don't want your help. I don't really want to date you right now. I gotta focus on myself. Like, I don't want your handouts. I gotta figure out how to do this on my own. I can't go pursue that creative project opportunity. I still gotta focus on this money making right now. But there's also a serious energy of needing a rest, needing a break because you're not feeling inspired by what you're doing. Something about not being in alignment with the things in your immediate environment. And so in order to keep ascending and to really find that place of peace and stability and alignment, there's some things that currently are not in alignment with you. But there is an energy of getting more discerning and more decisive. There is an energy of like, no thanks, I'm good. I gotta do it myself. I gotta focus on other things. I gotta work on me. There's definitely a turning down certain things to go about it alone or figure it out on your own. I don't think that the tough decision period is over. I think that's always gonna keep happening. That's just a part of life. You're going to have to make some more tough decisions. But again, it's putting you further in a place of being emotionally stable, being emotionally grounded, being very discerning, being very sure of yourself, being confident in the decisions that you're making, even if they're tough ones. So whatever this is, keep making those tough decisions because they're putting you further on this path to finding that independence and stability and wish fulfillment, even if you don't feel like you're there yet, even if you feel like you're still struggling. You've done a lot of work and you've come a very long way. So take a break and then keep going. Okay, Gemini, I'm going to pull 3 cards of advice for you regarding this spread. 3 messages of advice here for Gemini regarding this spread. The 8 of Cups reversed. 3 messages. Any other messages of advice for Gemini regarding this spread? Any other messages of advice for Gemini regarding this spread? Wow. Okay. I have the 8 of Cups reversed, the Ace of Cups, and the Sun reversed. There's something that you're going to be tempted to go back to from your past. And I think this is saying, like, is it going to truly make you happy? Is it going to truly make you fulfilled and feel in alignment? Is it going to make you emotionally fulfilled? Is it going to bring emotional abundance into your life? There's something here about being tempted to give something one more go around. You're going to be presented with some opportunity to give something another try. But it's like, no, I'm still healing and figuring out my abundance. I'm working towards my wish fulfillment and what's truly in alignment with me, what's truly for me, what I truly want to do, what's going to make my fucking dreams come true. And so whatever is being offered here, it's risky. It's going to make you want to go back to the past or try something again or give something one more go around, something that's been really difficult to move on from. Is it really going to make you feel fulfilled? Is it really going to bring in happiness? I think this is reminding you that even if something doesn't make you feel immediately joyful and happy, if there's a difficult decision of turning something down, even though it would be fun, there's this energy of Is it gonna make you actually feel fulfilled though? It may suck. It may be the hard road to do something that's not fun and joyful and lighthearted. It may not make you immediately happy, but in the long term, it's like, choose what is gonna make you feel fulfilled, not joyful in the moment. Choose what is gonna make you feel emotionally abundant, stable, grounded, truly happy, truly like your wishes came true. Choose that, not what's gonna make you immediately happy in the moment. It may be difficult. There may be something here that's gonna tempt you to go back to the past because you're like, oh, what's the big deal? Choose the emotional alignment. Choose the abundance. Choose what's truly gonna make you feel emotionally fulfilled, and think about the long term, not just the immediate happiness and joy of the situation. Again, choose positivity, and that will be attracted to you. I'm going to leave it at that, Gemini. This was a very long reading. I had no idea that it was getting to the length it was at. But if you got any messages out of this, if any of this resonated with you, please leave comments down below. I would really love to hear about it. I love when you guys leave comments. I love when you say that something really spoke to you or stuck out to you. It means a lot to me, so please leave comments. I would love to hear about them. Again, in my description box, you can find my email. If you want to reach out to me and schedule a personal reading, please feel free to do so. You can also find my Instagram. Feel free to give me a follow. You can find those links to those Spotify playlists, and you can find my PayPal link if you want to donate. Gemini, I love you guys. I really hope that you got something out of this. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next video.